Hello children, welcome to AIMS India live sessions. This is chemistry class. As you know, we are discussing about the chapter rain. Where does it come from? So we are discussing about the chapter from few days onwards. We discussed in this about different states of water and the conversion of these states of water from one form to another form, and how these clouds are formed, how rains occurs. About these all points we discussed in earlier classes. In this class, we are going to see some more points about this rain. Where does it come from? Those are water cycle. It is one of the important concepts in the rain chapter. It is water cycle. We know the cycle which moves with motor. We call that motor cycle. Isn't it, children? What does it mean, motor cycle? The cycle which moves with motor, with the help of motor, is called motor cycle. So what is meant by water cycle? Is it the cycle which moves with water? No, it is different here. Water cycle means the circulation of water from one form to another form naturally in the nature. So about this water cycle we are going to see in this session now. Along with that, some more points also we are going to discuss now. So let us go to the chapter, children. Yes. When it rains, ponds, lakes, etc. are filled with water. Yes, water from rainfall runs down as small streams. Yes, when it falls rain, the water from the ponds and lakes, these all comes like small streams out. These small streams join together and make bigger streams. Yes, these all small streams join together to form a bigger stream. These bigger streams join into the rivers. Yes, these all bigger streams like lakes and canals, these all will reach the rivers finally. These rivers flow down into seas and oceans. So finally the rainwater reaches again oceans. First when it rains, this water will fall into ponds, lakes and these all into the water bodies different. Along with that, these rainwater fallen on the ground will form small streams. These are all small streams that they will flow down and they becoming bigger streams. These all bigger streams join together and reaches rivers. So these rivers flow and finally they reach seas and oceans. So the rain water fallen will reach finally oceans. See here the picture it is shown. Yes, somewhere it is raining in different places. At different places it is raining. So this rainwater, what is happening? It is forming small streams. These small streams joining into bigger streams. These bigger streams finally forming rivers. These rivers are coming and joining into the oceans finally. So the rainwater forms a small streams first. These small streams, so many, they will combine together to form bigger streams. These bigger streams join into the rivers. This river water finally reaches seas and oceans. In this way, rainwater finally reaches seas and oceans. It is very hot during summer. Yes, we know in summer seasons it is very hot because of hot sunlight. Large quantity of water evaporates from seas, lakes, rivers and etc. So because of this hot summer, hot sunlight, a large amount of water will be evaporated from the seas, lakes and rivers, from these all water bodies, and converts into water vapor. So from this all, when water evaporates, it converts into water vapor in the air. This goes up into the air to form clouds. Yes, how clouds are being formed yesterday in the previous class we have studied. When water evaporates, that forms clouds in the air. These clouds again cool and produce rains. Yes, when these clouds move up and they want to stay on the same place, what they will do? They will move along with the airflow. When they touches cooler areas, cool air, they condense again to cause rains in that area. So in this way, when the water evaporating and converting clouds, these clouds condense again to cause rains. The circulation of water into water vapor by evaporation, water vapor into clouds and clouds to rain by condensation is known as water cycle. So what is happening? The same water converting from one form to another form, first causing rains, and then these reaching oceans, and these ocean water again evaporating. These evaporate water forming clouds. These clouds again causing rains. So what is happening? Water is circulating from one form to another form by the seasonal conditions and the changes in the temperature caused by sunlight and these all. So this is the continuous circulation of water from one form to another form. That is first evaporation, condensation. So these changes, continuous changes by the nature are called as a water cycle. See here it is shown pictorially. First, water from the water body is being evaporated and it is converting into clouds. These clouds on condensation causing rains. This formation of rains by the heavy condensation is called precipitation. These water fall on the mountains and these higher altitudes in the form of rains. This water again reaches this water body slowly through the streams and rivers. Again from here it starts evaporating. So this process continuously will be done. It is occurring continuously, changing from one form to another form. This total process which is continuously occurring is called water cycle. That's the meaning of water cycle. Does not mean the cycle which moves with water. It means the continuous circulation of water from one form to another form because of the climatic changes, atmospheric conditions. That is evaporation, condensation, precipitation, reaching the oceans, again evaporation. These all together are called water cycle. Okay, children? This cycle of evaporation and condensation takes place continuously in the nature. Yes, this won't be stopped. It will be continuously occurring. Once if it is evaporated, it won't be stopped in the form of clouds there. These clouds again starts converting into rain. These rainwater reaches again streams and finally oceans. This won't be stayed in the oceans continuously again. It will be evaporated off from there. So it happens continuously in the universe. What are the effects of this rainfall? Let us see here. Water cycle plays an important role in maintaining the climate. Yes, it is very important to occur this water cycle continuously. If it stops, we will get very many bad effects. There are the what are those letters we are going to see here. Oceans absorb heat from the sun. They provide warmth on the land. Yes, ocean. If there are oceans, then only they will absorb heat of the sun and they keep the land warm. Otherwise, our land becomes very chilled in the winter seasons. So this water will absorb the heat of sun, and at the night times also they'll maintain some warmthness to the earth. Okay, that's the use of oceans to the earth. Water gets evaporated from the surface of oceans by absorption of heat. Yes, we know this. Water evaporates by the heat. Water vapor releases heat by cooling in the process of condensation. Yes, while condensing, this water vapor releases out heat. Means actually in the gaseous form, we know the molecules will be having more energy. When they are converting into liquid form, they release out energy. That we can say exothermic. The conversion of water vapor into water is exothermic. They release certain amount of heat energy out. So by this all, they maintain certain heatness in the atmosphere, which is necessary. Okay. This continuous absorption and release of heat maintains the constant climate of a particular place. Yes, because of the water. At certain times, this water absorbs heat energy from the sunlight and maintains some warmthness to the land. And certain times, they release out heat energy so that they will maintain certain conditions for the climate. So there are certain natural calamities caused by this rainfall. What are those natural calamities? Natural calamities related to water are floods and droughts. There are two kinds of calamities caused by water. One of them is flood, other one is drought. These are uncontrolled conditions during which floods and droughts prevailing affect an area or a region on earth. So the destructions or natural calamities caused by water are two. One of them is flood, other one is drought. These two are uncontrollable. They will be affecting certain places or regions or area where it is being occurring. Okay, what are these two? What are floods? What are droughts? Let us see now. So about floods, if we see, the condition during which rainwater being everywhere, even submerging the land, is called as flood. Yes, sometimes we experience heavy rains. Because of heavy rains, more water will come down to the earth from the sky, from the clouds. So this, as we discussed at the starting, this rainwater reaches the small streams. These small streams come and join into the bigger streams. These all bigger streams will go and reaches the rivers, lakes, and ponds. So because of large amount of water coming from the rains, these all will filled off. These ponds, rivers, lakes, all will be overflowing, and they will come into living areas. That condition is called flood. See here, all the living houses, vehicles, all the streets are fully filled with water. So this occurs when it rains heavily. This condition is called flood. Floods are caused by rise in water level in ponds, lakes, and rivers due to heavy rainfall. Yes, the excess rainwater flows to the land, causing floods. Yes, when they are completely filled with water, the excess water will overflow and comes into the living areas. Floods make the soil water logged. Means fully the soil will be fully filled with water. Floods affect normal life by disturbing everything which comes in its way. Yes, when floods are occurring, all will be washed away by this water. All will be disturbed there. Floods wash out the living beings such as plants, fish, and other animals, etc. These all will be washed away because the flood will come with very force. Water will be coming with a very force and will overflowing from the water bodies. So then the aquatic animals also then come onto land and will be washed away along with that. And whatever are there in its path, all will be disturbed and spoiled there. See here, one village is completely submerged into the water. This is because of heavy rains and floods. So there might be nearly one river or lake. When this water or rain occurs heavily, that river or lakes will be completely filled with water and they will overflow. That overflown water will come and fill these villages and the streets. This causes floods. So these floods are very dangerous. Floods cause heavy loss to the human life. Yes, floods damage different types of properties. Often we are observing so many properties will be damaged by these floods. Houses will be collapsed, trees will be fallen down, and roads will be destructed. So let us see here some more points about this. Floods cause uprooting of trees. Floods wash away the crops. Yes, sometimes we observe floods causing uprooting of trees. Even big trees also will fall down because of this flood. The soil which is down to the tree will be washed away. So there is no proper control for these plants and trees. They will fall off. Floods cause disruption of modes of transport and communication. Yes, they may cause a disturbance for the communication and transport also. Why? Because when floods occur, these roads and these all will be getting damages, so that the vehicles cannot move, and these viral transport cables like electrical wires, cable wires, these all will be cut off. The poles will be fallen down often. Because of this, some communication also will be disturbed. See here, you can see how these trees fallen down because of heavy rains and floods. What happens? The water in the floods will come with very high force. Then these trees also will fall down. That is uprooting of trees. So because if it fallen on the road, there the transport also will be stopped because of this. It disturbs the transport also. these trees fall on the electrical wire poles and these all, then these communication like electrical current will be stopped and these cable wires will be cut off, so that you won't get any communication like telephones and televisions, these are. So in this way, these floods cause much damage to the general life. Floods result in shortage of food supply also. Yes, as there is no communication between the villages and this all, and there is no transportation, food won't be supplied from one place to another place. So the shortage of food also will be resulted with these floods. See here, we can observe how this road get damaged. So the transport will be stopped till it again recovered. So in that way, the food items and these all cannot be supplied to those areas where these roads are damaged. So their food shortage of food will be occurring, and even crops also will be damaged because of heavy rains. Some crops will be spoiled before giving the yield. So in that way also shortage of food will be occurring because of floods. So next, one more disaster, or we can say natural calamity, that is drought. The reverse to the heavy rainfalls, we can say the reverse of floods, we can say drought. What is this drought? Droughts are the conditions which involve abnormally long periods of insufficient or no rainfall. So we discuss now, when it rains heavily, it causes floods. If it doesn't rain for a few days, for a long time, then what happens? It results in drought. Drought is the condition where there is no rainfall or where there is very less rainfall for a long period. That condition is called drought. See here, we can see some land which is affected by the drought. As there is no rain, that the land becomes very dry and becomes patches. Droughts are caused due to lack of rains. Yes, if there is no rain, it causes drought. Drought condition results in drying up of wells, lakes, ponds, and thereby creating water scarcity. Yes, if there is rain, then that rainwater will come down and will form the streams and dissolve, and a certain amount of water will sink into the soil and causes to maintain the groundwater level. So that is very important, maintaining the groundwater level, that is a water table in the soil. So because of this maintenance of water table by the rains, we are able to take water from the bore wells, lakes, from these all. Water is maintained because of this groundwater table. This is happening because of the rainfalls. When it is rains, this water sinks into the soil and maintains certain level of water in the ground. From that only, these wells and bore wells, from these we are able to take water. When there is no rain, so this water table or the level of water under the ground will go down. It won't be there much water. Then what happens? These bore wells all will be dried up. There will be no water in those. So this causes scarcity of water. Droughts result in the evaporation of water from the soil, leaving the soil dry and patchy. Yes, you can observe that here, patchy, dry soil. What happened here? As there is no water, already existing water also will be evaporated, and then the soil becomes completely dry and it becomes patchy. The cracks will come in the soil, that is a patchy soil. Droughts result in mass death of plants and animals due to dehydration. Yes, many plants and animals will die because of lack of water, that is dehydration. Hydration means availability of water in the body. Dehydration means lack of water. As there is no much water in the body, these plants and animals will die because of this drought condition. Many plants will be dying in the summer seasons mostly. Again, they will be getting alive when there is rain. But if there is no rain for longer time, all the plants and animals will die off in those areas where there is no rain. Droughts affect agricultural and lessen food production. Yes, even this drought affects this agricultural field also. Why? Because when there is sufficient amount of water, crops will go well and they yield much amount of food items. But if there is no water properly for them, they won't yield food product properly. So there we get a scarcity of food and these all also. So this drought affects even agricultural field also. Droughts result in death of animals and birds which provide us animal products like milk, meat and eggs. This scarcity of food results in the famine. Famine is nothing but a lack of food. Some people will die because of lack of food in some areas. That we say famine. So how does it occur? Because of droughts, these animals and birds will die. Because of dehydration, we told. Because of lack of water, these animals and plants will die. As these two are the sources for our food. As there are no animals and plants, we get a scarcity of food. So even human beings also will die because of scarcity of food. That we say famine. Droughts result in forest fires caused by enormous amount of heat from the scorching sun. Yes, because of high heat of the sun, sometimes fire will be caused in the forest and it burns many of the plants. See here, it is called forest fire. Once if it is started, it will burn so many plants in the forest. It causes so much of damage. Even along with the plants and the trees in the forest, so many animals like animals and birds also will die. So this is a very big damage to the environment because these cause these are the producers of much amount of oxygen for us. So as there are no plants, carbon dioxide content will be increased, oxygen content will be reduced. So there are so many imbalances occurs in the environment because of these forest fires. So these all are the effects of droughts. Okay. Okay, children. I think you understood the concepts. What did we discuss? First about water cycle. What does it mean, water cycle? The conversion of water from one form to another form by the atmospheric conditions. First, water evaporates from the water bodies like lakes, oceans, and rivers. This water vapor forms in the air clouds. These clouds will be moving from one place to another place because of wind. When they reach a cooler place, the water vapor present in the clouds condenses to form small droplets. These small droplets slowly they will become bigger and falls down to the earth in the form of rain. That falling down of these heavy droplets of water to the soil is called precipitation. So first evaporation and then condensation to form clouds. Again from the clouds to the precipitation to form rain. So this rainwater reaches the soil and the earth and forms like streams. These small streams first they form bigger streams. They reach again rivers and lakes. These water reach finally oceans and seas. Again from there it starts again evaporation. So this is a continuous and cyclic process. The conversion of water from one form to another form. This continuous cyclic process is called water cycle. This is very important for us, which preserves the climatic conditions of an area. Because as we told, while evaporating, it takes certain amount of energy from the surroundings. And while condensing, it gives certain amount of energy to the atmosphere. In this way, by these all processes, the atmospheric conditions are being preserved. The conditions of a climate are being maintained same because of this cyclic process of water, what we call water cycle. Okay, that is about water cycle. So the effects of rain also we have seen how this rainfall affects a certain area. Actually, this rainfall is very important. Because of rainfall only we get water, which is used for industries, domestic purposes, and even for agriculture. Into the rivers and lakes we are getting this. So the rainfall, if it is normal, it is good for all the conditions in all the purposes. But if it increases or if it decreases, both causes some damage to the that particular area. If the rainfall is much higher, then that is called flood. If rainfall is very less, then that is called drought. two are causing bad effects to the atmosphere. So we have seen about the floods and the droughts conditions. What are the bad effects of these two? What is the bad effect of flood? Majorly, this washes away all the things whatever are there in its journey, like villages, houses, vehicles, trees, roads, all will be damaged because of those. Often we will be watching in the TVs, this transport is being stopped because of heavy rains. Why? Because some roads will be damaged off, so vehicles cannot move there. Some railway tracks will be damaged, so trains cannot move. And if the atmospheric condition is heavy cloudy, even these air transport also will be stopped because they cannot land immediately. So in this way, it causes a disturbance to the transportation. Because of the disturbance to the transportation, food products cannot be supplied to from one place to another place. This causes scarcity of food also. Even agricultural field also will be disturbed by these floods because some crops will be spoiled because of heavy rains. So food product won't be much. Then it causes scarcity of food again. And next about droughts. What do you have seen about droughts? Scarcity of rains is called drought. There is no rain for a longer time in a particular place. There, that place will be affected by this drought. The land becomes much dry and patchy. No crop will be grown there. Even the already existing plants and animals also will be dead because of dehydration, because that is lack of water. This causes food scarcity and results in famine. So these are the bad effects of these two. Heavy rains cause flood, no rains cause drought. Okay, children, on these concepts we are going to have some exercise now. That is assessment. We are going to give some questions. Try to answer them. You can give your answer through live chat. Okay, get ready. First question. The circulation of water into water vapor by evaporation, water vapor to clouds, and clouds to rain by condensation is called. What it is given here? The conversion of water from one form to another form by certain processes. It is continuously there, circulation process. What this is called? Yeah, I can give answer. It is just a definition. Very good. Yeah, very good. It is. Let us see once options. Rainfall, water cycle, water vapor, conservation of water. Out of these, which is the correct answer, children? Yes, it is. It is water cycle. Sorry. It is water cycle. It is called water cycle. The circulation of water from one form to another form continuously is called water cycle. A rising water level of rivers leads to what happens if the water level in the rivers and ponds increases? Then that will overflow. That overflowing of water from the water bodies is called, that is here, flood, drought, water scarcity, dry lands. What causes? If water overflown from the rivers and ponds, it causes, yes, floods. Floods will occur when when water rises in the water level rise in the rivers and ponds. That will come out from those water bodies and submerges all the surroundings. That causes flood. Good. Next one. Regions that receive low level of rainfall are. So in which areas generally rainfall will be less? We know this less rainfall is called a drought. Now they are asking in which regions this rainfall will be very less. The regions which receive low level of rainfall. See here the options. Yes, it is logical question. Tropical regions, Caribbean regions, desert regions, Brazilian regions. Just a simple logic question, children. No need to worry about the different names given here. So, in which regions there will be less rainfall? Yes, already some I have given. Good. Yes, it is desert region. In desert regions only there will be no rainfall or there will be very less rainfall. That is why that becomes a desert area. As there is no rainfall, there will be no growth of any plants or animals. So it converts into desert. So in desert areas, there will be no rainfall or very low rainfall will be there. Okay, next question. As time goes by and water goes through the water cycle again and again, the amount of earth on the earth, the amount of water on the earth, what happens to the amount of water on the earth as this water cycle is being continued? What is happening? More amount of water is being evaporated and it is converting into clouds. Again, those clouds converting into rain droplets, causing rains. Again, this water, rainwater reaching oceans and seas. This is continuously occurring. What is happening to the amount of water by this cyclic process? Cyclic processes. That is the question here. Options are like this: the amount of water increases on the earth, amount of water decreases on the earth, stays the same, or goes up and down. What happens to the amount of water on the earth because of this water cycle or the circulation of water from one form to another form again and again? Yes, children, what happens to the quantity of water on the earth? Will be it increased or decreased or stays the same? Yes, it stays the same because water whichever is being evaporated off, it is coming down again in the form of rain. Whatever the water coming down in the form of rain, same again converting into the water vapor. So it is being rotated from there to here, it is being recycled. So same quantity of water will be maintained on the earth's surface. It will be stays same. It will be staying same. Okay. Next question. The water that was around when many hundreds of years ago. The water that was around when many hundred years ago. See the options here. Is about halfway gone. Is the same water we use today. Is gone and has been for a long time. Would be really dirty if it were still around. So they're asking about the water which was there in the 100 years of ago. What happened to that water? They're asking here the question. It is given options. It is halfway gone. Some of the water it is gone naturally. And second option it is shown here. The same water which we are using nowadays. The water which was there in 100 years back time, the same water now we are using. Is it correct? Third option is gone and has been for a long time. And next option would be really dirty if it were still around. If that same water is being now, it will be very dirty, they are telling. So what is the correct option for this? It is a little analytical question. So try to think properly and answer this question. So what is the correct answer for this? Yes. So the water which was existing 100 years back, what happened to that water now? Is it gone half? Or is the same water now which we are using? Or it has gone back, has gone long back itself? Or if it is there, it will be dirty? What is the correct option for this? What is the correct choice for this? Yes, it is. Is the same water we use today. Yes, it is. Interestingly, the same water. So whatever the water present 100 years back, the same water now we are using, but it not in the same form. What happened? It is undergone so many processes. What happens? Suppose there was some quantity of water just 100 years back. That water will be undergone evaporation from the land and converted into clouds. and the clouds will be moving from one place to another place, and again it causes rains. This rainwater reaches again these water bodies. So it is being circulating. It won't be stopped in the same place, or it won't be gone off. It will be there, but it won't be in the same place. It will be circulating from one form to another form because of climatic conditions. So the same water which we are drinking was used by the people even 100 years back also. Interesting, children? Yes, the same water we are using now, which was used 100 years back itself. But it might be purified again, no worry. It is used and purified by the cyclic processes. When it is evaporated, it won't take any impurities along with that. It will go in the pure water vapor form, and it forms clouds there. And again, while forming rain also, it comes in the pure water form down. So anyhow, whether it is used or not, it might be impurified. It mixes some impurities. Again, by the water cyclic process, it will be continuously purified by itself, by the nature. It is purified. So the same water we are using now, which was used by the older people, elder people, even 100 years back also, they used the same water. So it's about water, children, and water cycle. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and visit our website www.aimstoday.in for latest updates and recorded videos. You can see our recorded videos through Aims Today YouTube channel also. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.